Matisse a year police actual a year ma arrested so far as Kamasa Manibe on the assault on Masaudu. But the threat on the life of a year Afenyo Markins on Nanabi, any a year another preno, a year a Uraf a so far as any a year NDC communication director for Akwetia, and the police want you. Now, Sebio, we police now prioritize an insult on your person over the threats on the lives of 3 Ghanaians. Is that not a mark of incompetence? Now, NDC due process. I'm not against insults are bad.
But let me clarify this before we continue.
Okay.
Meet the press. Mohammed Khan. In fact, the first one was held in July 2017. That is about 6 months into the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So it's not true that President John Dramani Mahama is the first to hold it earlier within his tenure.
I think we've dealt with it.
Right.
Also, NDC forecast almost due process. Once a due process, you can massage it. Say the icon no, I have 4 legs good, 2 legs bad.
Okay.
And say once a due process, you need to pay 4 and a banny due process.
Okay.
Or tell me the NDC for ye. Oh, mudi bail condition. Punishment. Me really circuit court no judge no. I want like, is this truly a judge? Judge or see okoti a year obi from okoti Idi Amin. Idi Amin okoti a detector to justify a decision under democracy. We are all catch and say, not all people are equal. But constitution say we are all equal. It's make him say, and see, adia judge ye can. Or tell me no due process no. I heard about arresting Muhammad for something. Open so there are some to be so a bit my arresting no. Now say now 48 hours and a due process and the bail condition yansa be in matumiti so. What is going to happen is I heard about arresting Muhammad. Ebeka just say Muhammad, o ma me wu akonya no ma me bra. Otimi utimi anybody be be. That's also going to be a due process. You be some the omoje no and the civil society media mo miama no.
We are not quiet about it.
No, I'm saying generally speaking.
Right.
But I think that a person can see what I say, maybe my monitor boku issue. Even when I was away, 14,000 refugees. Even as I was away, and the media appear said nothing. The issue be now Ghana is serious. I tell you, 14,000 refugees
at the backyard of the president.
And interestingly, the foreign minister could have black one. Your opposition are covered by Utimiko Czech Republic. I go check pictures and I don't go fan cranny number. Ivory Coast Untimiko. On 6 August 2025, Ghana, through the president John Dramani Mahama no Kujata Blakwa, and make a donation to Palestine, which is 5,500 miles away from Ghana. Cote d'Ivoire and Abu Chintinko. And the media is quiet, the civil society is quiet. Those who pretended yesterday to be the conscience of our society, they are quiet. Now, in 14,000 universal. It's bigger than almost about 8 constituencies in the 5 northern regions.
Maybe I can't want them last week.
But make say the way I say discussing, yes, I discussing. No, we are failing our brothers. Or Makwakodis and Seme, Ivory Coast. We are failing them. Minya, na mitie a year. Meko president in sense I think that affected the development and the GDP of Ghana immediately. Minya, mitie mining sense some say is this the same John Dramani Mahama? And then one say Muhammad na all struggle. Also na bind the a new office. Be more majuma. Utie Muhammad a seminar de to asema Joseph Yamin Kaye. Say enye Galamsey yes ni sika. And can go for almost on my fight so can go for any ministerial position. And he sent a warning to the president. Yes. So the president should call the task force, and the president called the task force. My point I'm making is, is this government really committed to fighting Galamsey? Almost a man no kind. One is so before never catch him. One some never fight him. If and no some can say you not young son woman, why are you running away from me today? I'm just all voices no. Almost cause sensoni na bisi. I cause sensoni na sisia. So what is Mohammed telling us? Now let's deal with Asanko and related matters. Asanko was the first. Obuasi was the first. And it was based on the campaigner Momo Yeye. Okay, there's one lady and this woman organizer Obuasi. On a video, telling people so you're too anyway, I'm on farm with Chisel, Namusumura Anglo Gold. Namunko 2, Munko Bobby, Munko Dad, Munko Bobby. So after the elections, the boys wanted to act on it. I said, so where NDC boy, where NDC metrophone. Yeah. What I say? So muna mo shen kofo no kutupa. That's the impunity John Mahama campaign you know, implanting in the minds of the youth. We created the impression na do enye hwe. Any man now can ya cheche excavators ya cheche sanfa. Dem dia na bi bi. Edu be bi kwa no na e kete so excavators kwa o se na nyansa bi animu. Na yan confiscating nyina never kwa assembly square kwan. Hana bisu e ba ye no we gangali we ye ayi koi onu kwa de keto koi kwa ayira.
Ye tia no kwa so onya.
Ye tia se onya. Kakra kwoti kwa na ye tia no say o che 40 something aka 7 pay. So what are we talking about? It tells you that this government is not thinking outside the box. That's the first point. The second thing Sunni say, on say excavators in sense me. Recently, my story be they say excavators are clean overnight. Baby, you so excavators who ya fa ma say ye baba be kwan. Ye kwan no port on go for dinner that so. Or in midnight. Or put all the factors together. It tells you that officialdom is behind it.
But President has clarified that information.
That what?
Na omo ede ko baby a omo ko kipu.
Baby hefa.
At the military.
Baby hefa.
The military
hefa.
And because of traffic on the road.
Me pacho.
Movie in the night. Not that they are going to hide.
Me pacho. Military base being and our capacity to stock 1,200 excavators. Tell me.
Do we even have?
He lied. Why we pretending say president any NDC as it is going to answer? Why we pretending? We know the truth.
So he na modeko.
Videos are go for binam sa Osudoku binam Western region. Even when I'm for no kwansanto. O say minister Kofi Amabwa. What kon constituency? You say about them free me boa. Na me person me solve Galamsey issues ah. Na me metaphor amete you to Galamsey or na me minister. Let of me say do the constituency is an eyesore. At time and he's a minister. The blue guard or don't buy na kusi saying. Tell me, I could say.
Water gas.
Yeah, say so
TikTok.
But Ghana is wasting money on them. Okwa kwa obi also or Galamsey okuta pump action gun. Blue guard don't or right to hold again.
Blue guard ba ko be so me. Then so
the call other side. What I say? So this government is not serious about Galamsey. But there's even a bigger issue. They've all sold a year that patriotic stance no for positions in government. Are you not surprised? It tells you say Galamsey and Tokwani Asaman on Kenya. It was only a year friends a political tool. Asa some judge and some more kind, but I mean can be and show. Now you refresh your memory. Just 2 pay. Or say on the LI 2462 or say no. I would expect President John Mahama to immediately repeal the LI as a president. He has that power and does not need even one MP to vote. I would join a demonstration against JM if he becomes president and did not repeal the LI allowing mining in the forest reserves. Take a screenshot of this. Almost often legal documents. Obligate amendments by. Some of you legal documents.
Acting environmental and science minister Parliament.
That is a joke. A contradiction that some judge. A contradiction that some judge. Some judge say the president just used to write say, "Masa, my revoke." And nothing I would do legal document then.
No, but see, until we need.
It's Okasa, and I don't know. No, I'm saying now I'm a member of Parliament. Or more voices on Galamsey now cabinet ministers and John Mahama. That's how serious the issue is. That's how unserious this government is. What I say? Some don't say Kasimbi. Or say Abaranado. Or say the man who is paid to be president has the power to end Galamsey in a week if he wants. Me pacho, a year John Mahama, be not paying him as a president. And now, not omutenche, na do bet me 1 week as solving Galamsey. Bendis was only there 1 to 4 weeks in solving Galamsey. That is good. That's about can say, oh, Galamsey sends some MPP. No, let me deal with that matter. That was the lowest point.
One said that because more time. Say party here.
That is the lowest point of thinking.
Okay.
On this matter.
Okay.
This will be our own kind of credit because MPP phone kwan to Galamsey. This will be on kind of credit because NDC phone kwan to Galamsey.
Right.
This will be on kind of credit because businessmen kwan to Galamsey.
Right.
That's why I say it's the lowest form of thinking. That's the own test of democracy. Because if you brought MPP fighting Galamsey, what happened? The people of Galamsey, they must have ganged up against MPP. And they supported more. The contest NDC youth organizer Owusu also on their consensus was scale minus president. About tax was also Yanim Mahama President Mahama Kate said or more withdraw all tax source from the Galamsey sites. What else have you done? Saudi Miteno or a pa Joe show so
resist arrest.
What does on police request at some point? The plan was with Kakubwa and Tony Oben. Oben campaign or pitching so Mahama Baya Munya Metu.
Nhyira fan.
Executives Mustafa Bande National Security Akwakoji obi a all license concession the concession Mustafa Bande a woyam deputy general secretary on the side deputy director of operations at the presidency ko nchen maybe kan hadwen but at the presidency was say MPP time MP for be 2 bi mas concession MP for there ye na NDC for so ide ababa be 2 mine then
Transfer of
Yamin Alex say police for they are taking bribes. What to say? Police are going to Yamin. What's your friend Imbo? That's how the level of impunity. I'm not buying their bemu. It's responsible mind. When him say, and young receipt. What's my farmer? Who's almost on form 50,000 Ghana cedis. That issue is also coming up.
What?
Responsible. Sadom call and say, must have 50,000 Ghana cedis.
But I think they said those ones.
I'm telling you, receipt next time next time receipt that is also coming up. It's as much as I can say this government has no intention and maybe no be to nimbi. Or say susu jawa numo yanewa neteha and this new brush shouldn't pretend. Say Galamsey says my Shashan and Nabi. Okay, say around 2011 under Professor Mills. Okoja River Pram, Sadia River Pram, say no. No. Me say, so don't pretend.
But you had 8 years. You couldn't declare
MPP in 8
years. To use 8 months to declare state of
based on your promise.
MPP in 8 years. Yet Timi and Galamsey, we did our best. We failed. NDC for catches Omunyan Samuno a state of emergency. Say for the 2 number more. Move for Sano implement state of emergency. Secondly, now let me get to the other things. Ora Mahama can say, people say questions about borrowing.
I 3 minutes.
No problem. It's in the way now. People say questions about borrowing. Mr. Mahama can check her. Never me answer. In his answer, I'll say, with Obiang, say we can manage the country without borrowing. In fact, the government has borrowed. In the first 7 weeks in government, normal borrow close to 60 billion Ghana cedis. What I say? The last time in the debate in Parliament, Dr. Amin Anta, our ranking member on the Finance Committee, like I say Ghana debt moving from 49 billion to about 59 point something billion. And this is the challenge on those figures. And you know, about Osaka BM so we've not moved to the capital market because if you've already gone to the domestic capital market, then the capital market. And the third statement to making one was that, Yanko international capital market. But on 2nd July, World Bank moved a loan of 360 million. And that parliament approved. So this is what about borrowing. Odintro is false.
And they needed to pay. Some of them were matured and all that. So much free. And now so buys they need to get those monies. I mean that defense.
My point. No. Get this point. Yeah, buy no Bobby. You buy no government ne liabilities at the BISO. In answering that, national kind was that
okay.
Nobody thought that they could manage the country without borrowing. I'm saying that statement is a false statement. And then but me say that's more kind and now let me do minia.
And that's or send the opinion. Or
based on the facts. That's why I even gave dates.
I say facts.
I even gave dates.
You have
Mahama
like say opinion. Hold up. If it is an opinion, we will leave. But if you say facts,
Mahama say.
But meet the press. No, he said that we have survived.
We have survived without borrowing.
Without going to the bond market.
And
so we will not hurry. The statement will not hurry to go back to the bond market.
Yes, also international capital market. Because international capital markets, the World Bank account international capital market. Don't do that. So it's a lie.
It's a fact.
Me say it's a lie.
You sit here, you give a fact, and the president.
The president lied.
How?
On the issue of CD, on say few things came together to help you CD. But on say there's one thing that BOG governor was interviewed. Or say he or say they are not among what Sikano stitches bia. He watch a Siama interview now. Or say Sikano among one stitches bia na Sikana they are just managing it well. What do you say about way by spending?
Fesimami.
Medicinal spending a bit limited. Or more and spend it, which is true. Jama president best in so
and the machinery so.
But Mohammed can say, Mohammed can say also. A year city no, they say they just stitch is here one no. That raises a concern. Secondly, and so say no, if it's a Ramahama Casa, we will teach the Asibiano. I will say depreciation can be forecasted.
Right.
Now you pay from the banks for most of the Christmas. My wife here the oil. Yeah, the awa ba. Sky pay DQ for 2 weeks. It's a call a year Alaba. We wanted about $10,000. Alaba a call, no, almost say, oh, on come to 14.5 years old, there was so money 14. After Orama Hama, 7 or kind, and about this can see and say, and it means they say, I'm one of the stitches, a bit depreciating. The flow in there comes 15 cities. I'm telling you.
Wow.
And the reason is South Africa, Bank of Ghana, did banner media to 12 names. It is below the equilibrium price. Right. It's a bank that to break even. So the banks will hold their money, looking for the right price. It's where we are. Alaba and Abeko. What's the Ramahama
5% foreign way?
Almost had a tax cut 5% as out to so now the Omo what is going to do is say it is going to be the biggest enabler of black markets.
Right.
And no any problem with Ramahama and then buy everything. So I'm saying people now that 17. Already say black market 15. And ammonia so take quite stable no. And reflected so much in ordinary prices on the streets. Trotro and I'm a fan of Crow from a Tafunsha. So near 2 cities as at January 7th.
Okay.
Say, only 2 cities, 50 pesos. So, city stabilizer. Fuel and the price above from no. And for so a pan, the ordinary Ghanaian now, no for Trotro every day. Uncle Iron Ross on Sidano, on every so.
Say, yes, you can. If you just if we yen to Mukrano almost what no it's Ghana for na be nsu account it's mukate my phone no my ba fe mo so mo nti
anu tira mo de to me no ase eye ora mahamansa mukate na do sa na do mo nkojo mu nko manage price onu nso nkojo mu nko manage price.
Thank you very much. Inshallah 104.5 abisia Mamenka say IDP